Basically, there are three areas of skill necessary for carrying out the functions of management. They are technical, interpersonal, and conceptual. While the amount of technical and conceptual skills needed at different levels of management varies. The common denominator that appears to be critical at all levels is the interpersonal skill. Leaders of the management need this skill to get on well with the people they come into contact with positive, predictable ways in their daily lives. Management rates this ability more vital than intelligence, decisiveness, knowledge, or job skills. John D. Rockefeller once said, I'll pay more for the ability to deal with people than the other ability under the sun. We can imagine the amount of importance given by very eminent people like Rockefeller for this ability. Studies show that about 85% of success in business can be attributed to interpersonal skills. Not only the business, any successful human relations also display a vital role. Unfortunately, most of us assume that people already know how to initiate and maintain effective human relationships, when in fact they do not. The importance of the effective interpersonal skills become obvious when we realize that more than 70% of all new employments are generated in the service sector. These skills become more and more important as one goes higher and higher in the hierarchy because his influence has a cascading impact on the whole organization. So we require any qualities for effective and interpersonal relationships. Certain personal qualities such as warmth, genuineness, unconditional positive regard are identified as prerequisite. Warmth in a relationship means an ability to be approachable and open to the client. The concept involves equal worth, absence of blame, non defensiveness, closeness, and treating the other person as an equal. They are very basically and essentially required qualities for a leader and a manager, for any human being to maintain relationships successfully with the fellow travelers in an organization or fellow travelers in a society, fellow people, fellow peers, and every aspect of human life. In this process, we must understand the value of recognition. We must recognize the value of recognizing. Recognition is the deepest craving in human nature, and through it, you are adding value to other people. Every one of us is potentially possessing valuable assets that the others desperately needed acceptance, appreciation, regard, and encouragement. By giving them, we acknowledge the importance of other people. Being courteous, polite, and helpful are good ways to help others feel important. Always be on the lookout for opportunities to praise an act of achievement by others. Always show enthusiasm in your dealing with others. Ask others about their familiar interests and applaud their contributions. Affection solidifies a relationship and makes people feel good about themselves. Let people voice their own ideas and opinions freely and openly. It is through acceptance that we give others strength and courage to change for the better. Empathy is the ability to perceive accurately the feelings of another person and communicating this understanding to him. With empathy, one tries to imagine how it is to be for the other person. By putting yourself in the other person's place, and seeing things from their angle as well as your own, you solve the problems and create a win win situation. This is the art of managing an organization or a segment of the organization or your role in a society, in a social organization, even in a political organization. This works very well. The higher are better than anticipated at the beginning. Though empathy is good for many business, it is desperately in short supply among large sections of service sectors. Normally, society says that women are more empathetic than men. This is a very strong case for organizations to deploy more women in management and executive positions to increase the win win solutions. Above all, very important thing is self presentation. It is a vital element in the interpersonal skills. The way you show yourself to the other persons is the way she or she sees you. If you present yourself as alert, interested, friendly, and attractive, or as a dull, bored, reluctant to make an effort to please, check up yourself, check up your ability, check up the way in which you are approaching to your fellow man. Cheerfulness is important. People with a chip on the shoulder are unpopular with colleagues and subordinates. Good temper and a sense of humor are essential for good relationships. The another important thing is the tone of the voice, the tenor of the voice, and facial expressions are probably the most obvious ways in which you indicate your attitude towards others. Most of us seem unskillful in suiting tone and expressions to the words we use. Establishing a rapport with others is an essential factor, very important factor in successful social interactions, either to an organization or to a social organization or even to a political organization. To establish rapport with people, have to be conscious of what we are doing. We need to be aware that sort of approaches and attitudes to the other people are likely to bring us to a reasonable degree of understanding with them and consciously employ those techniques in each new encounter that the day's work brings. So, above all, now we can conclude that this ability to present yourself and ability to step into the shoes of others and understand the problem from their angle and your angle, finding out a harmonious approach will bring you a lot of laurels to the your personality and to the organization. Expensive damaging mistakes we do in small things, conduct of human affairs. The damage is particularly evident if you lose productivity in the workplace at the rate of millions of rupees per day. Clearly, in this setting, cooperation rather than confrontation must be encouraged. An essential skill for executives, leaders, political leaders, business leaders, social leaders, whosoever it may be, at all levels of an organization, is the ability to deal with and influence other people effectively so that they willingly put forth their maximum effort. Organizations should give more importance for teaching interpersonal skills, for giving opportunity to interact for a group with other group, instead of segmenting the organizational structure into separate departments and allowing them to confine only to their silos is never a good style of management for any corporate sector. Superior interpersonal skills be deemed a matter of being nice. They are a matter of being essential to create new heights of human enlightenment and accomplishment. Remember that superior interpersonal skills are the master key to success. Thank you very much.